Hey gang, it's David again, back to you with the part 2 in our My Site Redesign mini-series. And in this one, we're going to pick up where we left off. So we're going to create the contact form right here. We're going to stylize it, and we are going to basically be finishing this main template so we can move on to creating the custom elements of the front page. So if that's something that you're interested in, just keep watching. So I think I'm going to start with adding a heading. So I'm going to just add that module in, and it needs to go right here. And this is going to say contact. And let me just check what it looks like in our design. So first of all, it's all caps. It's set to 32 points and it's bold. So let's see what it's going to look like right here. But I'm gonna add my class for that. So let's do like age title, and I'm gonna change the font to size to 32, and the weight, let's make it black, because I think it was set to it's set to bold. So let's do 700, and I'm gonna go to let's set it to H2, and I'm gonna go to typography, and I'm gonna go to text transform uppercase. There we go. And I think that this heading could also use our margin bottom, let's see, S. So 25 pixels of margin. There we go. And now I'm just still gonna grab this margin, this heading title, because I'm gonna now start, I wanna see what it's gonna look like on smaller devices. So 992, I guess it still looks all right. Let's see, 768, I guess it's still okay. 480, this should be enough. But the thing that I would like to change as I go, the thing that I see right here, is this background. I mean, when it starts to collapse, I mean, when we do it like 992, this is our mobile version, I'm gonna leave this guy as is, but this bottom part, I just think I would like to have this like consistent color right here. So basically at this breakpoint, so at 992, I'm gonna grab my section, I'm gonna go to advanced background, and I'm gonna go to gradient again, and in here I just want to basically add one color. This is gonna be this pink, and as you can see, it all starts to look as intended. But also this section, I think that it needs to have this like more room right here. So when we go to 768, it should look all right. 480, it should look all right as well. So now I think I'm just going to add some text beneath this contact piece. So I'm just going to type in text, and of course it needs to go right here. And I'm gonna check this guy's appearance. So let me just zoom in real close. That's 22. So let's see what it's gonna look like when we set it to 22. And I'm gonna type in something like you can contact me using the form below via Facebook, or dropping me a line directly through my email address, or something like that. So let me just see what it's gonna look like when it's set to like 22. I think I need to fix this guy right here. And maybe this guy also needs a class of margin bottom. Let's do margin bottom S. I think that it's gonna look okay. And so now let's see what we have here. I got this email, and that's set to like the regular. And this is regular. Yes, this is regular. So I'm gonna add a text that's supposed to go, I think, somewhere here. And I'm just going to paste that in. And I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm gonna just go somewhere here. And I'm gonna copy that and paste that in like that. So I think that we can now move on to like stylizing this contact form 7. And I tend to do it manually using the style sheets, and I already have like this contact form 7 from before. So let me just change this theme. So I usually just grab my I keep this code handy really, because I tend to use this contact form 7 CSS quite a lot whenever I do contact forms. Basically, let me just show you what's going to happen if I just copy this, and I'm going to replace this code. So my form changes, but of course, by no means does it look like it's supposed to. But that's about to change. So first of all, I think I'm gonna go to my contact form for reference. So first of all, we don't have this like required marks that are right here. So I'm gonna go to my contact form, and I think it's gonna be somewhere here. There we go. So I'm just going to remove them. That's just here and here. Okay. So I'm going to save this one, and I'm not going to be bothered by it anymore. Next, we of course need to target these labels right here. So in here, I don't have a specific code for the labels. So let's actually go to our page, and I'm gonna go down here, and let's see what we should what we have to do right here, what we have to target to change that label. So as you can see, it's just a simple selector called label. So I'm gonna go to my code, and I'm just going to type in the class for the form, and I'm just going to add the label, and let's actually see if it works. So I'm just going to do something crazy like color red, and as you can see, it's targeting our labels. But of course, that's not what we want. I want to add that color that we had. I believe it was like just almost black. It was 12 12 12, like that. I'm gonna go to font. I'm gonna type in a font family. It was, oh my god, that weird name, Jan. I'm gonna have to check it. I cannot remember it. It's Yantramanav. Oh my god. Okay, Yantramanav. This should be okay. And I'm gonna do like a fallback. I'm just gonna type in sans serif, like that. And let's see what else. It's supposed to be set to uppercase to 20 points. I think 20 points might be a bit too big, but let's see. So I'm going to go to track text transform uppercase, like that. And let's click this wrap right here. Uppercase, let's do like font weight. Let's do 700. There we go. And font size 20 pixels. I'm gonna collapse the editor. Yeah, I think it looks okay, so I'm going to save it, and let's just refresh the page. And I think that it looks more like our, well, soon to be contact form. So if we take a look at our contact form, you can see that we only have like these, like basically it's just a border bottom right here that it's set to, well, black. So that's what we need to do. I'm gonna go to my style sheets and contact form 7. So border bottom for the email, I'm gonna set it to our color, so 12 12 12, and I'm gonna say background none, like that. And we basically can copy all this whole line, and I'm gonna go to somewhere here, and I'm just going to try to paste that in. And we also have to do it for our, like this your message. So this is basically this text area. Maybe I'm just going to click, we'll add a bit more space so you can see it better. So this is this guy right here, this text area. I'm just going to paste that in. But I think that I still need to add like width 100% for the email. I'm just going to paste that in as well. I'm going to save it, and let's go. Let's see what it looks like right now. It starts to look, well, a lot better. But I think that we still need to add some things right here. Well, first of all, now if you want, you can leave this like this focus part right here. I guess it's a bit better for the accessibility. Maybe we could actually leave it, but I think that we still need to, like, we could add some padding right here and make sure that the font is set to our, well, like our font. So for the email, I'm just gonna do something like, let's see, like padding 10 pixels. This should be enough. And I'm gonna grab the font family, and there we go. And I'm just going to paste that in. And then we can just simply grab all of this and paste it. So we got the email. So now the text and the text area. There we go. We can also, well, we can also do the same thing for our like the submit button, so the send button right here. But before we do that, I'm just going to save that and see what it looks like right now, if it looks any better. So as you can see, we got some padding right here, and our font is is set to what we really want it to be. So now let's take care of our button. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just paste that code in. So the same for the same code as we did for our label, our text area, and so on. So we want to have some padding, and we want to set the font family to, well, I'm not going to pronounce it again, to our like default font. So the background color, like in contact from 7, if we just were to do none, this is what's going to happen, or it's going to be white. So it's better to just say transparent. There we go. Now the color is gonna be our almost black. There we go. And we also need like this border. So maybe I'm gonna just borrow this guy right here, and I'm gonna change it from border bottom to simply border, like that. And I'm gonna see what it looks like right here. So this is looking much better already. And I think that we could maybe, let's see, this is like for the label, set it to 20 points, but I don't know, it might be a bit too big. So let's see if we can, well, let's see if I actually set it to 20 pixels. Let's see, fonts. I don't think I've set this font size anywhere here. So let's actually maybe do something like, I don't know, 18. Maybe that's going to be a bit more like subtle. I think it looks just a bit better. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that. But of course, this send button, well, this guy's font, it needs to be bigger. So let's actually maybe just copy this font size. And maybe I'm just going to paste it in. I'm going to save this guy. And in my contact form, I'm going to say send message. So it's going to be somewhere here. So send message. So now we got to do the hover thing. So basically what we need right here is to just get rid of the border and to change the background color. On hover, I want to change the background color to our, I think it's going to be quicker to just grab it from here. So I'm going to just copy this code. So I'm going to change it to this color like that. So when we hover over, that changes. And I'm going to go with the border also. And I'm going to just paste that in, and I'm going to go border none whatsoever. So when we hover over, that border vanishes. But maybe we could add like this transition. So I'm gonna go to my, not the hover, but the main, like the original state, and I'm gonna just say transition. Let's select 0.3 seconds. Let's see if that's gonna work. Yeah, it's working. It's working as intended. So let's just refresh the page. Although I think that there's maybe like a bit of a jump here. So we could maybe like add the border on hover. Instead of doing none, we could maybe just do like 0 pixels. You know, if that's bothering you, but I think it's okay. It looks okay. We got this contact down here, and of course it's supposed to be all like on the same background color when it's set to like 992, and of course smaller as well. Maybe I'm just going to get rid of this this letter spacing. I don't think I like it. I'm gonna get rid of that. And maybe I'm gonna grab the font size. I'm gonna just borrow it, or we already have it right here. So I'm just going to change that pixel count, and I'm gonna refresh the page so it looks something more, a bit more consistent, I guess. You know what? I think that this jump kind of bugs me. I don't think it looks professional. So instead of border none, I'm just gonna do like a workaround. So I'm gonna do 1 pixel, gonna borrow this code. So 1 pixel solid, and then just this guy. So now if we save it, it's gonna basically be, basically it's gonna be invisible, like the color, but the transition is much smoother. It's not that jumpy. And yeah, it looks much better to my taste. So yeah, so basically we have our main template created, but we also kind of like created the like a lot for the contact page, I think. Let me just see what we have there. So basically for the contact page, it's just the contact page. So when we get to this guy right here, we can maybe just get away with like adding nothing to this contact page. We'll see. So right now we got the home page created. So I'm just going to, the main template created. So now we can move on to creating the main page. So let me just regenerate the CSS cache. But you know what? Maybe let's do that in the next video. I hope you'll enjoyed this video. I hope you learned how to, at least a bit how to stylize the contact form 7 right here in Oxygen Builder. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like, all those things. And as always, have a nice design.